get the ball rolling, I'll hand you over to Zoltán, Balázs.
Good afternoon, everyone, and good morning for the rest of you. So today I'm going to talk about Web3 and scams. So I'm leading the vulnerability research lab at Kujo AI. I had a bunch of different offensive research in the past. For example, when I was playing with an IoT device, I found a post-authentication exploit, which I published because I thought it's post-authentication, so it's fine. This research ended up in a botnet, so practically code I wrote was running on 600,000 different computers. Usually code I write only runs on one computer, or it doesn't run at all, so I was pretty proud about this achievement. I also invented the idea of encrypted exploit delivery, and I'm in the program committee of the Hacktivity conference, co-organizer of the Hackerschule meetup, and volunteer at IoT Village. So this is a 2-hour presentation compressed into 40 minutes, not 25. So fasten your seatbelts. Why am I doing this research? I really love playing with new technology, and I really find blockchain and Web3 really interesting. As you can see, there are a lot of issues with this technology, but I pretty much believe in this one that by time it will evolve into something really great. I also have a white paper about this presentation, so if you are interested, just ping me and I can send you the white paper link. All right, so I was mentioning Web3 and scams, so some people think that Web3 is a scam, which I don't believe that this is the case. I will not discuss smart contract issues because that's a totally different topic. I will not give you any financial advice where you should invest your money. I will not discuss crypto exchange hacks, and I will not discuss any type of scams where cryptocurrency is only the money what is used as a form of payment. So how did we get here? Clearly, everyone knows that a lot of people got rich from cryptocurrencies, and a lot of people want to get rich from cryptocurrencies. When I first created these slides, there was a saying that the total market capitalization is around $2 trillion US. Right now it's only 1 trillion, but still I think it's a significant amount of money. I have no idea what this amount of money is. I know it's a bit more than my monthly salary, so clearly this is a lot of money. So as you will see during the presentation, this is a very new complex technology with a really crappy user interface. So the question is, what could possibly go wrong if you combine these facts together? So let's say that we have a scammer and he's shopping around for new scams. What should I do today? Maybe shall I send some romantic scams? Shall I send some invoices from T-Mobile? What do I do? Some package delivery from UPS? Or let's use some very nice Web3 related scam, right? This is what's new hot right now for all the scammers. They really like this scenario. Okay, so let's discuss Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is the basis of all the cryptocurrencies. So it's very important that everyone understands what is crypto about. And I have invited a free Grammy Award winner, blockchain expert, to tell you everything you have to know about Bitcoin.
A message from Cash App and the CEO of Hot Girl Enterprise, Megan Thee Stallion.
Hey hotties, let's talk about Bitcoin. It's the new digital currency that's been getting a lot of hype. Bitcoin is a new kind of money. while the cash in your wallet is issued and regulated by governments, Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency. Like a wild stallion, it can't be controlled by anyone. That means that no one person or organization gets to decide how much of it is used, how much of it is in circulation, or what it's worth. Okay, so boom. There's only a limited amount of Bitcoin, like gold, silver, or me. Its scarcity and security is what can make Bitcoin valuable. Every Bitcoin is unique and has its own ID that is certified by a super secure technology called the blockchain. You can't make a fake Bitcoin no matter how hard you try. Like gold or gas prices, Bitcoin's value can go up and down as the demand changes. Although there's some other nitty-gritty stuff that factors in too. That means when people are selling, the price goes down. When lots of people are buying it, it climbs back up. Bitcoin is not hard to get. You just gotta know how. You can get it from another person or from special markets called cryptocurrency exchanges. You can also easily buy it on Cash App, starting with as low as $1 worth. Bitcoin is an investment, so you can lose money. The price can go up and down by the hour. But the more you educate yourself on Bitcoin, the better equipped you'll be to navigate those curves. That's all for now. But with my knowledge and your hustle, you'll have your own empire in no time. I'll see you at the top.
So the reason I really like this video, because it shows you that a lot of people are into cryptocurrencies. They have no idea what it is. But also what I liked in this video, that definitely some lawyers were involved in this ad, because I'm pretty sure that whoever paid for this ad, the original idea was not to advertise that, hey, you can lose money on Bitcoin, hey, the price can go down. So these were sure the lawyers who did these texts. And today I'm going to show you a lot of different scamming techniques, and in order to see how much money a scammer can make from these scams, I introduced the Lambo meter, because in the cryptocurrency world you usually measure your wealth regarding how many Lamborghinis you have. So the question from scamming is that not whether you can make one Lambo, but how many. So let's start with Kim Kardashian pump and dump case. She was into this crypto token called Ethereum Max, and I think it was only this week that Kim Kardashian was sued, and now she has to pay a penalty of I don't know, a lot of money because of this advertisement. But as far as I remember, she doesn't have to pay this money because she did something wrong, like pumping up the price of this token, but because she forgot to pay the taxes after the money she get from the people who are behind Ethereum Max. So how this pump and dump keys works, it's not a new thing. You have seen this also in the stock market or penny stocks. You just have to buy a lot from something what is cheap and it has a low volume, advertise this as the next big thing, pay a lot of celebrities to have your advertisement, sell on top, profit, right? Sometimes it's very rare, but you can even make some profit by shorting on the top, so that's very good. But after a while, I think these celebrities are like, no one will believe them anymore, so you can make some money with this, but not that much. Rug pull is really similar to pump and dump, but the main difference is that you are the owner or the developer of this whole thing. And whether it's a cryptocurrency or a token or an NFT or whatever, and because you control the whole ecosystem from the start, you can do a lot of interesting things with this. And there's a very famous case of a rug pull, which was called the Squid Game token. You might remember this Korean series Squid Game, which was very popular last year. And some scammers were benefiting from all the hype. So they created these Squid Game tokens practically out of thin air. Like, you don't have to do anything to create 1 gazillion of these tokens. Then they hyped it, and when it was on the top, they sold everything and they got a lot of money. And what's really interesting that there was a leak from a ransomware group called the Conti group, and if you check their chats, they already knew about this rug pull before it happened. So there is this very traditional giveaway scam. If you check Twitter, there are famous accounts, especially accounts who are interested in cryptocurrencies, and you can see a lot of bots replying to these Twitter feeds, and they say that, hey, someone is giving away cryptocurrency. You just only have to send some cryptocurrency beforehand and you will get twice back. Right? So actually there are still people who are falling for this kind of scams. Yeah, this happens. Like in this particular case, someone got like almost free Bitcoin, which is kind of a lot of money if you think how sophisticated this hack is. And what's interesting that sometimes even very high profile Twitter accounts were hacked. Like, this is the official Target Twitter account. Target is like a really big grocery store in the US. God knows how many followers. So whenever there's a scam message like this, then for sure there will be a lot of people who will believe this. Advanced fee fraud. I really like this one because I also personally received this scam, so I was able to check it for myself, but some of these screenshots are not mine, but it's from a Proofpoint research. So what you get in the beginning is an email where there's a link, a username and a password, and they are trying to convince you that if you log in to this website with this password, then you will be able to withdraw some money from it. And when I tried it, it was really interesting because it was also asking for my mobile phone number in order to set up 2FA. I stopped at this point because I didn't want to bother buying a new SIM card. But if you log in to the website, you can see a fake transaction history for this account. And if you want to withdraw, then it tells you that, hey, you just only have to send a little bit of Bitcoin to this account before you can withdraw everything. So clearly, again, this was a scam, and actually it was not that bad. So let's discuss NFTs, or non-fungible tokens. I'm pretty sure most of you know what these are, but let's just give a quick introduction. So I'm active on Twitter, and like 4 years ago I bought this very ugly NFT. I think I spent like $1.50 in total buying this particular NFT, and the reason I bought this because this was the cheapest and probably the ugliest one. And right now many people are bragging with their NFTs on Twitter that, hey, I have this very expensive monkey whatever, and they are using it as their profile picture. So I thought I should also brag how rich I am with this $1.50 worth of CryptoKitty. And if you check on Twitter, you can see the address who created, the smart contract address who created this NFT, and the NFT token ID. This is how it looks like on Etherscan. Etherscan is practically a very nice web-based UI for the Ethereum blockchain. And what you can see here is that this is my wallet address, and this means that I am the owner of this very nice picture. Here you can see the contract address, and this is the token ID. So it's very important to see that most of the time when people buy NFTs, what they practically buy is a number on a smart contract, right? So that's basically what you buy whenever you buy an NFT, and some promises which are either fulfilled or not. If you check, for example, the transaction logs on the blockchain, here you can see that first this birth function was called, which created this CryptoKitty. Then the transfer function was called, and this means that now I am the owner of this CryptoKitty. And nowadays, most NFTs, they store all the properties of your NFT on a very interesting protocol called IPFS. I will not go into the detail of those, but I believe that using IPFS for NFTs is a good choice. But back in the days when CryptoKitties were created, they did not use any kind of IPFS. So what practically happens is that when I bought this token ID, I also received some bits and bytes which describe how my NFT will look like. And here's a smart contract code which practically can decode these bits and bytes and say how my CryptoKitty really looks like. I didn't check the prices today, but Ethereum is somewhere around $1,700 US. Guess who bought this NFT? I can help you. It's a she, and she also created an NFT about herself. And this was the magical design. So it was Paris Hilton, and she bought it for almost 120 Ethereum. She paid this amount of money for this NFT. I believe back then maybe Ethereum was even more. So yeah, it's a lot of money for this monkey picture. Who bought this one? No one? So this was Justin Bieber. He paid 500 Ethereum for this. If you have a calculator, you can try and calculate this and convert it back to Hungarian forint. It's a lot. I really like this NFT because it's not a monkey picture. Do you know who bought this one? So it was Snoop Dogg, and he paid 2,500 Ethereum for this picture. And who's this last one? Yes, Eminem. Okay, so let's discuss about rug pulls in NFTs. There's this actress called Lana Rhoades. You might know her work from the internet. And she did a rug pull on her NFT project. And this is a screenshot where people are complaining that they invested $4,000 US in this NFT project. And now because it's rug pulled, it's practically worthless. And this someone has a 2-year-old son and not much money left. Clearly, we don't know whether this story is true or not, but I'm pretty sure that there are people out there on the earth who made such good investments in the past. This is the NFT picture which this someone bought for $4,000 US. And this is again an interesting screenshot because someone was begging for a free NFT from Lana, and she replied that your diapers are expensive. She has a kid, so that's why she has to spend a lot of money on diapers, so she cannot afford giving away these worthless pictures for free. And the reason why Lana can get into trouble, because she promised phases of this project, and she never fulfilled these phases because she did the rug pull very early in the project. And if you do this, you can get into jail, because this means that you promised something to your investors and you never delivered that promise. So the investors can really sue you. So yeah, like phase 6 is that, phase 5 is that 50 lucky Cryptosys owners will receive Cryptosys merch signed by Lana. So clearly there were a lot of people on the internet who were interested in getting hand-signed Lana merch. Social media accounts are hacked all the time. Different platforms are hacked in different ways. For example, this is live news with 16,000 subscribers, and it was hacked, and it was doing this Elon Musk giveaway scam, which we have seen recently. In the past, very famous NFT Instagram accounts were also hacked. Like this is the official Bored Ape Yacht Club Instagram account, where the attackers changed the link to yugalabs.land, which was operated by the scammers. There are no official information on how did this happen. What we know is that the Bored Ape Yacht Club developers are stating that they had complex unique passwords and 2FA. So probably, I believe, it was a social engineering attack on Instagram, where you can repeatedly call the Instagram support, and without knowing anything about the account, you can find and convince a support guy to reset the password on the account. And this one's also really interesting because this is a Twitter account from a company where I know these people. And we had a discussion that, again, they had no idea how their Twitter account was hacked. And it turns out what happened, they again had long, complex, unique passwords and 2FA on the account. And it looks like what happened that someone on the darknet was selling Twitter admin access for a lot of money, which means that if you have enough money from your previous scams, you can just go onto the Twitter admin panel and reset these accounts, which will mean that then you will be able to control these accounts and post anything on these accounts. So that's bad. I'm going to show you an interesting research which I did, and it all started on Discord. I was monitoring the scam alert channels on Discord, and I found this interesting scam. If you visit this website, which was in the scam, you will be able to see this, where you can, it promises you that practically you can get new NFTs for free. And in the beginning, you just have to connect your account with your wallet. This is non-malicious per se. But after connecting the JavaScript on the website, it will check your wallet address on OpenSea, and it will check what type of NFTs do you have and whether they are worth stealing or not. So clearly this is something fishy here. And if you already connected your wallet, then instead of the mint function, which you would expect from minting a new NFT, the website suggests that you call this safe transfer from function. And if you call this function on the contract. This is the contract of the NFT what you have. So if you call this function, it means that you are giving away your NFT to the scammers, which is this address. So clearly this is a user interface issue because people are in a rush. They don't really understand what these functions mean. So they are just clicking on confirm, and it doesn't really matter how many layers of nice cryptography is behind your wallets and NFTs and blockchains and whatever. You are practically signing a contract that, hey, I'm giving away my NFTs for free and I'm giving away this for this scammer. I checked the scammer website and I found a GitHub page where the scammer was publishing his source code. And I found this interesting string here, which led me to hit the website where he's selling it for real money, practically. And here you can see all the different reviews this guy had, like very high quality, thank you, best drainer, got one Azuki NFT in 3 days. So clearly a lot of scammers were already using this framework. These are all the different functionalities the scammer supported. And some parts of this scammer website, it was very heavily obfuscated. And guess how I was able to deobfuscate these JavaScripts? What were my very lead hacking skills? I mentioned GitHub. I went on GitHub and checked all the previous commits, and one of the commits had a less obfuscated version of this JavaScript, and from there it was really easy to decrypt it. And what was really interesting that once I was able to access this version, I saw this code that if something is more than 1.1, then practically send it to this. And what really happens that the original creator of this scam framework added a backdoor. And the code checks if the NFT is a really expensive one. And if it's a really expensive one, it will send these NFTs to the original creator of the framework and not to the one who's operating that actual scammer website. So I think that I will give 10 points for evil genius for this guy who did this one. And I also found proof on the blockchain that some of these NFTs were sent to one address and the others were sent to this address. I also contacted the guy on Telegram because why not? I was interested in why should I buy for his product on this website if I can get it for free on GitHub. And I also asked about these obfuscated parts of the JavaScript code, but he did not tell me that, yeah, the paid version doesn't have the backdoors, so I don't know whether the paid version has the backdoor or not. And this is how it looks like in action. So you visit the website, you connect your MetaMask account, there's this signature. I'm not really sure why it's there, but I believe it's not malicious. And this is the part where most people will click on confirm, and instead of minting a new token, they will give away their tokens. Yeah, and I think what should be done here is that the wallet software should show the user that, okay, if you click on confirm, this monkey picture will go from your wallet to this wallet, and maybe people will not click on confirm anymore. The whole NFT space is on Discord nowadays. Everyone has their own Discord servers. So clearly there are a lot of Discord-related scams as well. Like you will get direct messages all the time. You just join any new NFT project and you will instantly get these scammy messages. And unfortunately, I don't have time to go into the details, but nowadays how Discord servers are hacked are this interesting hack called bookmarklets. Hackers will practically convince Discord admins to drag and drop from a website a bookmarklet into their bookmark page, and then they will convince the admin to log into Discord. And not many people know that, but these browser bookmarklets, they can run arbitrary JavaScript code, which means whenever the admin logs into Discord and clicks on this bookmarklet, the JavaScript code will steal the authentication token for the user, for the Discord admin, and now the scammers can take over the Discord channel, the whole Discord servers. And in July only, more than 100 NFT Discord servers were hacked by this bookmarklet hack. So it's really important that at least you guys know that bookmarklets are bad and they can run JavaScript. There was also nice research on where these scammers are spending their money, and they are spending their money on these ugly watches, and this is the price which was paid for this watch. Like, I don't know, I would not wear it if you pay me like 10,000 forints, but someone paid this amount of money because they already had a lot from these scams. So as you can see, most people believe that hacking blockchains and NFTs and such is a very dark and complicated magic, but it's mostly just social engineering. I also want to touch a little bit the hardware wallets, because what most people don't realize that hardware wallets are against malware on your PC, where you handle your Web3 activities. And that's mostly it. But if you fall for this type of scams, which I just showed you, you will use your NFT anyway because you are confirming that transaction. There are very low-tech scams, how people are trying to access your hardware wallets. For example, they are asking for your backup phrase, which is practically the private key for your wallet. You can also receive some text message that, hey, go to this page and update the firmware on your hardware wallet. This is a tricky one. They are sending hardware wallets to users, and the hardware wallet is pre-configured, so whoever sent it already knows the private key, but they are printing these very convincing sheets that if you scratch the sheet, then you can access the private key and use the ledger. This is now how hardware wallets work. So if you already receive a backup phrase, then someone already knows that one, so don't do that. And this is the low-tech version of the same scam. And this is even more interesting because on this you can see a hardware backdoor on the ledger itself, and someone added a new SD card to the hardware ledger, and this is a quite convincing letter that, hey, we had a security issue and you should replace your ledger with this new version or whatever. So clearly some people did put a lot of effort because not many people can do and add hardware backdoors to hardware wallets. So I have some best practices you should follow. Clearly, don't trust random people or celebrities on social media. Always check the source of your apps or distributed apps. Don't send funds to someone you don't trust, or at least try to verify the transactions via phone. That usually helps. If people want to share with you any type of logins or passwords or private keys or seed phrase or backup phrases, just block them and don't interact with them. You should be always extra careful whenever you interact with either known or unknown smart contracts, because you can be one click away of losing all your NFT investments. Clearly, using password managers is always a good idea. Enable two-factor authentication. Text-based 2FA is not good enough anymore. There's a very nice Darknet Diaries episode, I don't remember which one, but how people are doing these swim swapping attacks nowadays in the US is pretty advanced. They are sending kids into the T-Mobile store, and the kid will steal the tablet from the hand of the T-Mobile people, and they have like 5 or 10 minute window to reset the telephone account and change that phone number to another SIM card. So as a user, you cannot really do anything against these type of attacks, but it's happening because there's so much money involved here. If you have a lot of money already in cryptocurrencies, yeah, using hardware wallets will help you, because there's also a lot of malware trying to hack your wallets, so it will protect against that one at least. Clearly, do not use the same computer for game cracks and game hacks, which you use for blockchain and Web3 and cryptocurrencies. Using cold wallets is a good idea. You just have to keep your cold wallets safe in a way that 10 years from now you can still access those. But cold wallets are the same, that you never bring all of your life savings with you in your pocket, right? So you leave some at home in a safe or whatever. That's the same thing for cold wallets. You don't use the same wallet for interacting scammy websites which you use, which you have NFTs and tokens in it. And I think this last one is the most important. Always take your time, don't rush. Like whenever you are seeing this pop-up that confirm this transaction, check the website, check the functions, check the smart contracts, check how did you get here, take your time, don't rush. And nowadays there are also some security extensions for your browser, like Wallet Guard or Sunrise NFT Scam Protector. I personally never use them, but some people say that they are good, so if you want, you can experiment with these. We as Kujo also want to prevent these scams, and I really wanted to talk about how we do that. Unfortunately, lawyers are involved, so I can't tell you. But yeah, phishing, but it works in the cryptocurrency space, and if you know how to phish people, then you can get a lot of Lambos. And this.
All my hatred gone. I've been scared today. Boy, my yard. Number 398. Talking 84. By my soul today. Not much of a dream.
Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you, Zoltán. Questions or Bitcoin donations?
It's just going to be a question of donation. So I'm not that familiar with how the technology works behind Web 3.0, but what bugs me is that everything is logged. You get the address that, for example, the scammer sent the NFTs to. So why is it so hard to, get the valuables back, get the NFTs back, go after it?
I think to answer this question, I will need like 40 minutes at least. And actually, I plan to do a presentation next year about such similar topic. There are some mixers, for example, like Tornado Cash on the Ethereum network, which makes following all of these transactions harder, because that's why mixers have been created. And at the end, you see a wallet address. You don't have the ID number of the scammer. You see a wallet address. And sometimes if these scammers do ITSEC mistakes, then you can find them. But if they are really good, you just can't. So it's like the whole cryptocurrency space is both anonymous and non-anonymous. But you have to know a hell lot of things to, like, if you are a scammer and you want to do proper ITSEC, it's hard, but some people can do that. We will see. We already know that some of these scammers are behind bars.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have another one.
Thank you, Siazoli. What do you think about the role of deepfakes in such scams in general? Because on this summer we could see a lot of celebrity deepfakes in connection with such scams.
Szia Csavi, köszönöm. Deepfakes. I don't know. Like, what I do know that in the news, the very first fraud, which was discussing that deepfakes were used during this scam, it was not related to cryptocurrencies at all. Turned out that there were no deepfakes involved at the end. So I think we will see. If that will be the easiest way for scammers to scam people, then clearly they will use it. If there are easier ways, like these ones, I think as long as these wallet softwares are this shitty, like people don't know what they are doing, there's no reason to use sophisticated deepfakes and stuff. Clearly there will be scams, cryptocurrency-related scams with deepfakes. I don't know. We will see that. Thank you.
Thank you, Zoltán. Any further questions? No? Okay, then, once again, Zoltán, thank you very much.
Thank you.